It's possible. Nope. Looks like everybody's got a seat. Hey, our buddy Francisco is coming in. Everybody give a shout out to Francisco. Good morning, Francisco. We are live here at 1 Million Cups. Happens most Wednesdays at Thinker Ventures. It did not happen the past several Wednesdays because we were busy partying and celebrating the holidays. It's our pleasure to have you here. The coffee this morning is sponsored by Mr. Jorge Herrera and Rockford Bank and Trust, which is now Illinois Bank and Trust. If you didn't know that, I think they've done a good job announcing that. But Mr. Jorge Herrera has been around 1 Million Cups almost since the beginning, I think it is, and he's been a great supporter of this community. So we're excited to have you here. We're also excited that Illinois Bank and Trust is a proud sponsor of 1 Million Cups. Today we have Logan. He's got a cool presentation about making the process of buying real estate easier. But first, there's no jokes. Sorry. You're like, wait a second, is he going to tell a joke? He's not. Instead, we're going to talk about some upcoming events. If you don't know it, your Small Business Development Center hosts events pretty regularly about running a business. And the upcoming one here on January 16th at 6 p.m. is social media marketing for small businesses. If you're interested in that, you can check out the SBDC website, or you could go to Eventbrite and find Rockford Business Events, and you'll find all these things as well. If you're interested in networking, Trusted Compass also has their networking event coming up on January 16th at Giovanni's. And now it's your opportunity to tell us anything that you know happening in the Rockford area. If you have an event that you know that's happening in the Rockford area, I'm going to throw you this catch box courtesy of the city of Rockford, who's repped today by Mr. Carl Franzen. Hey, give a shout out to Carl. He's going to talk into this catch box. It works just like that. And then he's going to hold it up to his face. And we're going to hear him.
Thank you. I would like to promote on behalf of Alderman Bill Rose, who is a academy coach and CTE director at East High School. 205 is having a business competition, a student business competition on February 6th, 7:30 to 1:30 at Rockford University. There are 5 different competitions. They are about an hour or 2 hours throughout that time period. A business plan competition, a Sunday ad and commercials competition, elevator pitch competition, trade show booth judging, and logo and business cards competition. And they are in search of volunteers to help judge and provide professional feedback back to these students and entrepreneurs. So if you are interested and available on that day and to volunteer and support this the student development, please reach out to Bill Rose. You can get his email from me or from the city website. So thank you.
Awesome, that's exciting. Oh, there was another event in the back. You got to toss it, and...
For you, me?
That's for you.
Where do I look? Startup Weekend Rockford is January 17th, 18th, and 19th. So if you're looking to build a business in 54 hours, check us out. We have a Facebook page, Startup Weekend Rockford. We have a website, Startup Weekend Rockford, and sign up on Eventbrite.
Awesome. Yes, Startup Weekend Rockford's hosted here every year. Anybody else got an event or relevant piece of information that you want the business community to know in Rockford?
I have another one.
Oh, you got another one. All right.
February 27th, Women of Today's Manufacturing is having their annual fundraising dinner. So if you know of any local manufacturers that want to come, we put out the save the date yesterday. We'll be sending out invitations. Send any leads my way. Connect with other area manufacturers. They don't have to be just women. We're looking for sponsorship opportunities, monetary, and also donations for our raffle baskets and silent auction.
All right, Women of Today's Manufacturing. Anybody else? Oh man, we are on a roll here. Serving number 4 and number 4. Number 4.
If we can go again. Also want to announce I'm currently recruiting for a position within my department, an economic development and diversity procurement coordinator. This position is a critical piece of my strategy to reach small businesses, entrepreneurs, in particular minority and women-owned businesses, and find them supports, build connections. And so if you or anybody you know has the skill set I'm looking for, I encourage you to go to the city website, look at the job description, and potentially apply. They'll be closed down at the end of next week, so time is of the essence. Thank you.
All right, nice job. Survey number 5. 5. Anyone? Number 5.
Event. So January 14th is they're having a Ignite After 5 for a young professional meeting. It should be at the Hoffman House, 5:30 to 7 if anyone wants to go out.
Awesome. Number 6. Serving number 6.
You can't leave it on a...
We're going to move on to deli meats and cheeses. I grew up going to the grocery store with my mom, and we had to walk up to the counter and like pull the little ticket, and then you'd wait around for somebody to slice your deli meats. Now you just grab them off a pack. It's progress. Well, today at 1 Million Cups, we've got a fantastic presentation from Logan Lundberg about how to make the process of buying a home easier. Here's how this rolls. 1 Million Cups, if you're not familiar with what 1 Million Cups is, 1 Million Cups was started several years ago by the Kauffman Foundation, big national organization that sponsors events and training to help the process or help entrepreneurs start businesses and help them grow better. 1 Million Cups is their community venture to do just that. You can think of it like a support group. So we're going to have Logan. He's going to come up here. He's going to talk to us about, let's say, 10 minutes about his presentation, about his idea, and then we're going to open up for general questions and answers. The big question for him at the end of this is, hey, what can we do for you? And this is your opportunity to feed back to him to help him be better. You might also share something in the mix that is beneficial to the person sitting next to you and you didn't even know it. So don't be shy. This is a safe place. There are no dumb answers and dumb questions because everybody is at a different point of learning. All right? Now, without further ado, would you welcome Logan Lundberg to 1 Million Cups?
Sorry, I got cold there for a second. So, hi, my name is Logan. Nice to meet you all. I want to thank you all first and foremost for having me out here. And I just want to say I'm surprised I'm talking this smoothly and clearly. I was just freaking out in the chair right there shaking, and I was cold. So, to give you understanding of what I'm going to talk about, I want to go ahead and take you guys back real quick. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time, so I'll make it short for you. I was born and raised in the Rockford area my whole entire life. Was fortunate enough that I was able to go down to Tennessee for a little bit and get to see what that was like, then to Texas and Detroit, to weigh the options of how Rockford is versus other places. But unfortunately, I came back, and then I got to see Rockford grow and boom, so now it's going to be unfortunate, it's more of a positive. But as many of the positive things that Rockford are doing, one of the biggest ones that they're not doing is finding some of the needs that need to be fixed in the community, which in my opinion is the housing situation. Now, of course, there's tons of great programs already in effect. You have Section 8, I believe you have the Affordable Housing Act that we have now, that also the Rockford, in my opinion, is one of the only cities I've been to that are so empowering it and gung-ho about it, and actually make change for us. A lot of people are finding houses from it. But the backstory is, I myself grew up living in cars, living in hotels, living with friends who, anywhere we can say that was warmer. I didn't grow up in a stable home for most of my life. I didn't get the chance to get a lot of good friends and build those connections that kids should be. And as I'm getting older, I started to go by where I had phases where I just wanted money, but now I just want to help people. And the biggest way that I know how to is to have kids not go through the same experiences that I went through, such as not being able to be in a stable housing market. So the FSP stands for the First Start Program. What it is, and this is still an idea, still in the rough draft, is going to be able to allow families to actually be able to have a stable home for their kids and be able to help afford it as well. So it works in a 3-step process. And again, I'm still getting everything done and whatnot. So after I'm done talking, if you have any ideas that can help out, I'd really appreciate it. works in three processes, three phases. The first is to qualify people who will come into the program. The program will help out them first off if they qualify depending on their level of means, meaning their income potential, how their credit is working, where they're at now, just all these different factors that go through and be done with and dealt with. After such, they go into the process of the program. The program works on, it will help them first get educated how to be a home buyer. It'll allow them know how to buy a home, what some of the steps they need to take, what they need to prepare for, a little bit of a savings they should work out to. And then from there, they also get learned how the mortgage lending side of it works. What will they be paying, what their interest, what their property taxes, what their mortgage, all that fun stuff that most people don't really know about, which is a problem that needs to be addressed, in my personal opinion. And then the last step is simply, after all that's done, with the connections they already made through the program, they go and then buy their own first house or mortgage their first house, however they so choose to do so. And after 1 year's time, they come back with an award that will allow them to get $1,000 in savings bond for their kid to use for the future or however they so choose. All right. So before I keep going real quick, I want to ask you all a quick question. Is it just me or is it also cold in here too? Am I the only one? It's cold? Great. So the shaking you see is not nerves then. Just saying, whoever's agree with me, you're pointing that out. But yeah, sorry, I had this whole long talk I was going to sit here and try to do and try to just persuade every single person in here that this is the best possible thing in the world. It's not. It can be, but for right now it's not. Okay, one sec. Sorry. To talk to you all frankly, and from one person to another, the reason why this program even came to me in the first place is I got tired of seeing kids who I've got to meet personally. I got to meet kids who are, in my opinion, smarter than I ever was at that age. Kids who I know for a fact try to work and get money underneath the table for their parents so that they can help out with bills. And my best way of doing so was to make a program that I thought that I could actually truly make change. A lot of people go and they volunteer, and they feel great because they're making change. They are. They're helping. But at the end of the day, you can volunteer every single day the rest of your life, but not a lot of things actually happen to where when you're gone, nothing else happens. You're stuck. You did what you can. Well, I want this program to be something more than that. I want this program to give hope back to people that they will be able to actually have a house for their kids they can grow up in. And as you get older, a lot of people like to miss the big fun talks of finance and being smart with your money, learning how to buy your house. And this program will do that. It will help them be able to be educated, be full-fledged, in my opinion, as a 21-year-old, adults who are adulting. And that's why I like the FSP. That's why I want to get it done and made for. And again, I do apologize. I know I didn't give you guys a lot of information about how the whole thing works. So again, it's still in the rough drafts. This is pretty much the cut, dry, copy-paste of what I have so far, and I just wanted to get a chance to present to you guys all and get you more of your feedback for it. But in a nutshell, FSP is to help people learn how to be home buyers and learn how to keep their home, maintenance their home, and just all around change the home buying process so that way it's not so much you need all this money or a great credit score or this or that, but now I know what I need, I can go out and do it, and it's not scary anymore. So that's pretty much it, so thank you all.
Awesome. So this is great. This is the essence of Think of 1 Million Cups, that a person doesn't have to have a fully baked idea, because many times we start off with a concept and then we bring it to market with a logo and a business plan and all these other things, and nobody wants it. And if you've been an entrepreneur, you may have experienced that in the past, or maybe you've seen somebody do that in the past. You see a shop open up and 2 months later they're gone because nobody wanted what they were selling or how they were selling it. And so it's much better, I think, to just stick yourself out there like you were. And he was honest with me. He opened up to you eventually, but he was honest with me before, and he's like, "Hey, this is the first time I've ever talked about this in front of a group. I'm really nervous." And when you wanted to present, what did you tell me? You said you walked.
When I wanted to present, I just went up to him and I said, "Hey, when are you next time going to present?" He goes, "January 8th." I'm like, "Cool, I want to do it. This is what I want to do about." And I just left. I didn't look back because I know I would have regretted it and try to find some way to weasel out. You guys are laughing. I'm in my bed this morning making excuses. I felt like I had bronchitis trying to avoid this thing. Whew. It was bad. It was bad.
He was gonna call in sick to his own presentation. And isn't it a shame? Because many of us deal with some of the same types of things, and we could have years of experience, but sometimes it's hard to get up out of our bed this morning, too, and say, "Hey, I'm going to put myself out there." So, you know what? Courageousness is huge, and stick-to-itiveness, and sometimes just saying, "Hey, I'm going to do the thing that I know I need to do, which is present to these folks and get their opinions, and then I'm just going to walk out so I don't renege." It's a big deal. So he's got an idea. It's hatching. It's just sitting there kind of incubating, and maybe it's starting to come out. This is your opportunity to help him with his idea and figure out what the market needs, because I think the essence, when you finally said, "Hey, I closed this thing," and you walked out there and you said, let me just give it to you straight. Here's why I want to do this. The why is probably the most important thing anyhow, because the what might change, but the why is going to be there forever. Yeah?
Yep.
So this is your opportunity to help him out. Ask your questions, give him some answers. You ask them questions, maybe give them some answers, and make this place better. All right? We'll give you a handful of minutes to do that.
All righty.
I have to tell you have to use the catch box. With your question, you got to use the catch box or we can't hear you. So who's got the first question?
Well, first off, good job
Thank you.
on taking the step. And I've been put it like this: in the face of fear, it takes courage to do what you just did, despite not having bronchitis this morning. So, understanding that going through homelessness, living in cars, obviously a difficult circumstance, that's your why, correct? Mm-hmm. That's your why.
Yes, sir.
So you have an affinity for children, for families, right?
Yep.
And so why do you believe that, I almost want to know your whole story. Let's just put it that way. I really don't even have a question in here. I mean, because you gave so many, you gave some details. I'd actually like to talk to you a little bit later and see how we can help you to format what you got going.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Anybody else?
I think you hit it on the head that affordable and quality housing opportunities are a critical need in this community and across the country, and also financial literacy, education and training. Two parts. Number one, how long have you been back in Rockford? And understanding that these opportunities and these issues are really a collaborative effort. What collaborations or what outreach have you done to really develop the program or understand other opportunities within the community?
So I've been back in the Rockford area for about 5, maybe 6 years now. I originally left to go to San Antonio when I was going down for BMT for the Air Force. Ended up getting injured there and come back. But when I came back, my living situations changed drastically on me. I was living with my step-parents at the time, but when I came back, they were gone. No note, no nothing. So I actually ended up being homeless for about a year. And then my mom, because I didn't have a phone, I didn't get a chance to get down there, my mom realized what had happened. So she, instead of going out to Tennessee like she planned on, she came back to Rockford and bought a house and rented a house and stayed there. So I'm back in the area for a while. But I've tried doing some volunteering for some Section 8 housing. I went there and I did a pose as I just wanted to do a little presentation for school, kind of see how things were working. Because I myself, who tried going through it, failed miserably. I didn't apparently qualify or I didn't do something right. I'm not remember sure how the whole process worked. But I wasn't able to be afforded or go through the program to get a house. And I thought, well, if I can't do it, there has to be someone else. So I went through Section 8 and tried to see how that worked. I've actually went and sat down with Matthew Simpson from the Business First program and asked him about his take. I've also went and tried to find people who've been through the program. And so far, I met a total of about 20, 25 people so far who've been through either Section 8 itself or one of Rockford's housing units programs. And while out of, I want to say, 25, 10 of them told me that they wish to be better, but it solved the problem they needed. They found housing. The other 15 said that they were still waiting. They were lucky enough family members came through and helped them. And so that's kind of a little bit where I got this from. That's kind of when the idea first popped in my head, but at the time it was just push on through. But now-wise, I have been doing some outreach with local businesses around the area. I do, and I volunteer sometimes here at the Rockford Rescue Mission. I've talked with a few people there as well about the idea, got some feedback. I right now have, for the educational side of things that's starting to get built for it, I have 2 realtors, John and Zill from KW, who would love to present to people, give a seminar and just educate them about the home buying process. I've also talked to a few people from banks, from Stillman, one person from Chase, and they've talked to me and gave me some ideas and some feedback on it as well. And then they also talked to me about how someone on the lending side could help out and give seminars as well. So it's still being built, and the ideas are still being rough drafted, but I've tried to get my hand in the pool a little bit as much as I can. Question for you then, for someone working with the city, would there be any other programs I could get in contact with, or any other avenues I can get more information from, or just all around get my connection in that area of the city-wise?
Absolutely. We'd love to share, what we're doing directly with the city and also some of our strategic partners. I'd especially recommend Home Start if you haven't. They do home buyer counseling programs, for foreclosure mitigation programs, and our wealth of knowledge, and both with the trainings and also the grant management aspect for funding it.
Wow.
Something else I'd recommend, I'm a sponsoring broker, but collaborating somehow with the Rockford Area Association of Realtors, RAR, having one broker or on board is great, but you could get the area on board through that organization. So maybe a presentation with them, and if you need an introduction, I'd be happy to help you.
Thank you.
Thank you. What kind of fee are you planning on charging, or, to provide for the service?
Yep. So the fee in the financial aspect of it for making profit hasn't been fully made just yet. We're still in the process of finding out we can get there and be affordable for everybody, but at the same time still be able to give away the cost benefits you would need to for the business, the business expenses and stuff like that. So we're still in the process of working at it. Right now, we have a rough idea that we're going to release to our small amount of test subjects we have, in a sense, see what they get back for the feedback of around $35 per month through the course. And again, it's just to be help educated and whatnot. A lot of the stuff we're doing is from the people who will be doing seminars are out of their kindness of their heart for right now.
Good morning. I appreciate what you're doing, sir. You look like you have a great future ahead of you. I say that with all sincerity. My recommendation to you and everyone else is that to increase your ability to communicate with people, I joined Toastmasters International, and it really helps prep you for reaching out to people to a higher level than you can on your own, just through random, giving speeches here and there. Actually, I was involved, my very first patent was to develop low-cost housing. I just happen to have photographs here with me, so it might be an interim step. I'll be happy to talk to you later if you're interested.
Oh, definitely. That'd be perfect.
Thanks again. Anybody else?
I have a question for the whole audience, you don't mind me asking. Out of everyone here, just if you guys want to share, out of when you guys grew up, how many had a little bit of a struggle to get where you are now? I'm assuming everyone had a lot of a struggle, but as a kid-wise, a little bit of a struggle. Alrighty. The last question for you all. Out of everyone here, who, by a show of raised hands, is just very grateful for what their parents did for them when they were kids? Majority of everyone here, give or take. The reason why I asked that question is because just to really understand if you guys get the point that I'm trying to really come across as, and that is, while most of you raised your hands for that, there's a lot of kids in Rockford, including RPS 205, and Jefferson, Auburn East, Boylan, Freeport, Stillman Valley, Hononegah, Guilford, Harlem. I know because I went to all those schools, who hate their parents because they don't have a house or because they're bouncing back and forth. So the reason why I wanted to ask that is because I just wanted to see if the point I was trying to get across would be able to be received easily enough or not. Again, it's nothing against any of what you guys' backstory. It's just easier to understand if you've been through it yourself. So in mind of that, just keep that fact there that Rockford people don't have a lot of that. Can't say that. Sorry, Rockford people is not the right term to say. A lot of people in Rockford don't have the opportunity to be as grateful because they never get the chance to sit down and talk about it with their parents at a nice, maybe family dinner. I got way off topic there. I apologize. Last thing, the reason why I asked that because I just kind of want to take that down and see to help me improve myself. So I thank you very much for your information and being honesty. Also, if anyone knows any lenders, from banks or people who do investment for real estate, like real estate investing at all, I would love to get in contact with them as well. Because the people I'm working with right now that are helping me get this all together told me to try and keep as many people as I can for more seminars. If people can get more information and more knowledge and learn how to do more things, it should in turn be able to help them and transfer that knowledge to other people that we can't yet touch.
Any other thoughts, questions, things you want to add to the mix? I don't have it. Catchbacks?
So I think one of the big things I'm hearing right now is you're asking for opportunities to connect.
Yes,
So if
ma'am.
everybody here has a business card, I think we should give our business cards to Logan so that he can connect with us and continue the conversation.
Okay. The mother in me just wants to know, do you have a job? Because I don't think you have an income stream yet coming from your business plan.
So yes, I am actually working right now. I am working as an inside/outside sales agent for the realtor John and Zill with KW. I'm also in the process of getting my real estate license.
Very good. So now I don't have to worry quite so much.
Anything else? All right, well, let's give Logan a hand. Nice job. You can stay up here. The one thing we're going to send you off today with, since you've got an idea that you want to pursue, and it seems like you need more input to pursue that, and maybe some momentum with others, we're going to give you a free ticket to Startup Weekend. So that'll be that I think will be a benefit to you because you'll be able to connect with some other folks, pitch your idea, get a team behind you, and move that thing forward.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. This is the essence of 1 million cups. I tell you what, if you connect with your why, you connect with your power. And so I think there was great encouragement for Logan to connect with his why and get that story out there because that's what's gonna move you forward. Awesome, great input. Thank you for the folks who are in the room. We do again want to thank Illinois Bank and Trust and Jorge Herrera for the coffee. Would you give them a round of applause? And again, I think an awesome opportunity to connect with Logan. As someone mentioned, give the card. Give a card to Logan, and then you use those cards and reconnect with each one of those people. Maybe just invite them out for coffee sometime and pick their brains because they're all here to support you in your endeavors. And if you online want to present at 1 Million Cups, get in contact with us. We'll get you on the list. And then you can present your concept in front of this great group of people and move your idea forward as well. This is your opportunity in the room to connect with one another and make this place a better world. Thanks for coming.